Hey, what's good, imps? Anyway, welcome back to another Fleekazoid reaction. This one was actually requested, well, kinda. They said Starfield, and I forget which Starfield they said, and I'm not looking it up, so I'm reacting to both. Although, you're only seeing the first one here. Why Starfield is doomed. I'll be perfectly honest, when he requested this, I mistook it for No Man's Sky. When he was talking about the game, I forgot that Starfield was, yeah, that's Bethesda's, like, quote-unquote space game. So, anyway, let's get started. 3, 2, 1.
Starfield is doomed! Give your family my condolences and tell your sister to stop calling me Pim because it is doomed! Doomed to be the greatest game Bethesda has ever made! Doomed to make Skyrim look like Skylanders! Doomed to make Fallout look like Wipeout! And doomed to lose a lot of money because they put it on Game Pass day one, but doomed to make Doom look doomed! Think about it! Welcome to Flavor Town!
I would love to play Doom
out there complaining
for
on Twitter
the gaming channel, but like there ain't no freaking way it's gonna fly.
Just because Xbox has Starfield and your precious little PlayStation doesn't? What's the problem? I thought you liked watching your property get fucked. Think about it. This game is going to be the game of this century and the hype is already there to match. You go anywhere and you hear the echoes of Starfield being rung far and wide. Even Post Malone is talking about it. How many times have you heard people say Starfield in the last week? Exactly. Remember that congressional hearing about those little intergalactic space fellas? Yeah, right. That was all just one giant PR stunt to get people thinking about Starfield. Think about it. You walk down a shady alley, Todd Howard is there.
Oh no, not Todd Howard with a freaking shotgun.
2 a.m. cracking open your computer to blast one off.
Where's that freaking image from? I've seen it
Says
for
Howard.
years.
In Starfield. Says Howard. So now let's talk about how this game is doomed to be the greatest game ever made. First, when I initially saw the Starfield gameplay as someone that has known Todd Howard since birth, it looked like dog shit. Sorry, Pim. I call it like I see it. The gunplay was stiff, the movement was stiff, the enemies were spongy. It does
look real
then
stupid.
3 months ago, they did the whole Starfield Direct where they showed even more gameplay after delaying for a whole year, and I was really worried until I saw that it still looks like shit. And I'm very happy to see that the
he was worried that it was
going to
get good.
Because that is a direct reference
also,
to
all
Fallout
the guns
3,
look
Fallout
stupid
New
as
Vegas,
heck.
Fallout 4, Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim shitty combat, which is
Again, if any of you would like me to play any of those, I have them. Just tell me on the gaming channel. However, I am not tackling it right this second. We are focusing. The biggest game I'm working on right now is Dark Souls Remastered. So, go see that. I'm not saying no to that. I would love to play the other games that I just said. But, just, Dark Souls is the big one right now. You can, any other, like, slightly smaller games, sure, I'd, like, request away.
As a lifelong supporter and owner of 12 copies of Skyrim, I just think it's a nice tip of the cap, alright?
I own only about
the fans, the
2 or 3, I think.
Second, I am incredibly hyped to see that the world looks at least 16 times larger than what we normally experience in Bethesda games, because if there's one complaint that I've always had, it's that the bugs Bethesda games are known for are always packed in way too closely. That's why people hated Fallout 76. It was too much of a good thing. We like to pace the bugs out like a fine meal. And I can't think of any better response than spreading all the bugs across an entire galaxy. Because think of just how many playthroughs it's gonna take to find each and every bug. Think about
the game's just too freaking big, and
get ready
there's
to buy
nothing
that
to do.
collector's edition. Get that fancy watch so you can track the exact time that Todd Howard breaks your heart. Think about it. And speaking of extending the playtime, I am ecstatic to hear that there are no cars or buggies or galactic golf carts to explore planets faster. Because I think that those
that's stupid as well. There's nothing to do.
1 hour slog through a wasteland, or in this case, a planet void of any civilization or life whatsoever. Which, fantastic news, by the way.
Yeah, but the thing about Fallout is, like, yeah, you might have, like, a good, even saying, like, Fallout 3, you might have a good, like, say, 10 minutes of nothing happening. But then, right as soon as you think, like, okay, yeah, this is kind of boring, bam, freaking, like, raiders are attacking your ass. Or, oh, hey, there's this little teddy bear in a cage. Let me go interact with it. And then, bam, freaking super mutant behemoth. Or heck, you could just mess around and be like, I'm gonna shoot a fat man over there for no reason. Then suddenly you get, like, a freaking critical cam because you somehow found a mole rat in the middle of nothing.
way, is going to be the vast majority of planets. So get those
or you could fast travel
on, pimp. This was God Howard's quote specifically. There are more than 1,000 planets, and about 10% of those planets have life on them. But it doesn't stop there. Because you see all those planets over there? Well, in 0% of them, you have bitches. Think about it. But the third thing that I
don't think he said that last bit, but like either way, that's stupid.
RPG and overall immersive role-playing mechanics. In a post-Baldur's Gate 3 world after that game invented the bare fucking sim, many sodomites and furries are wondering.
I have heard shit about it. Is that true? Is that actually true? I don't doubt that it's true, but like I never played Baldur's Gate 3, so I don't really know. I had Baldur's Gate 1 Enhanced Edition, but like I don't like party-based games like that. I don't like I like that I can play it by myself, but I don't know. I'm just not into it, I guess. I don't know. It's why I don't like games like Dragon Age. I hate having a party with me. Like most of if it's an RPG, a turn-based RPG, then sure, give me party members. But if it's freaking action-based, I want it to just be myself. Anyway.
If Starfield can quite reach that special spot inside of them like that bear did. And luckily for all of them, it will surpass that. Massive Rod Howard has personally coded in countless romantical encounters, boundless skill trees, and detailed character backgrounds that shape our character and how we interact with the world.
Why do you need to work on combat? There's none here.
The greatest man to ever live, Todd Howard. Eat it,
oh my gosh, he's in that.
Don't do that. One more point for honest
That is funny. I will admit that is funny.
Think about it. But speaking of gambling, now I
keep saying think about it. I am, and none of my thoughts
which is
are
my
good
only
for
disappointment,
this.
by the way, and that's the lack of a real money gotcha gambling system. How am I supposed to drop 1,000 real-life dollars gambling for big-budget waifus like my favorite streamer, Zach Rar, if they don't put gotcha mechanics in the game? That's right. I want to feel that high of dropping $100 and get loot crates full of women. That's right. Is that too much to ask for, Bethesda? After all we've been through together? Don't let this be just the way it is. That's right. Think about it. Now to lighten the mood a bit, I gotta say the fan service never ends with old Reed.
You're right, Asmund.
Here. Check out this trailer right here.
And again,
do you see that? Let me slow it down.
Nothing.
There is no ultra-wide
except for a rock shaped like a dick.
By the massive black bars, and that is a direct reference to Fallout 4. You can't sneak that past me. Classic Todd Howard. Classic Todd Howard. Man, that's classic Todd Howard. Now, in other news, let's talk about procedural generation. Daggerfall had it 27 years ago, and they never used it again because the world wasn't ready to have their minds blown. Now get ready,
the world was too big for
I'm too stupid to give a shit, but I do give a shit about these graphics. Gee willikers! I usually don't ever care about graphics, but when it's a Bethesda game, I do. These graphics are as beautiful as Todd Howard himself. The way the sun is sunny and the contrasting colors contrast, I'd say it puts the Sony cuck games to shame if I didn't know that they were into that. Next up, let's talk about some more Bethesda fan service. These character models all have that I'm hiding two bodies in my chest freezer stare about them, and
kind of look like plastic if you're trying to make them look realistic.
Like to Fallout 3, I'd be shocked. This is
I'll be really honest. Like, I don't care much for like games where like people look like real people that much. But there's a difference between Uncanny Valley and
real life human. And I know many of you are probably going right now, Fleekazoid. What about the budget cut issues? And to that I say, don't stray from the word of Todd. He doesn't like that. Besides, you already know, brother. All of this is a part of Todd's plan. Don't worry, the modders will come soon. And of course, finally, now let's talk about the ships.
Okay, you didn't have me in the first half, but you got me there.
Game, you can fly
I'm not gonna lie.
ships, but more impressively, build ships with impressive detail. Almost 16 times the detail. Kind of like the most impressive Banjo-Kazooie game. So you fellas better watch out the sky up there, because I'm gonna make my cock rocket as soon as possible, then I'm gonna dock every last one of you dudes. Wait, hang on, pause. Now time for some review predictions.
Okay, there I pause. What? Fleek? You gonna say anything? Anyway, I know I'm messing.
Place your bets! I'm guessing the reviewers will quit their jobs and retire to the mountains of Antigua after they play this game, because they know no game after this will ever even have a shot of getting close to the masterpiece this game undoubtedly is. Now, as for some quotes I think we can expect out there come game day, I'm thinking IGN will say some corny shit like, reaching for the stars. GameSpot will say something like,
hold on.
Shit like,
hold on. I left my wife because the graphics got outdated and I needed a remaster.
Stars. GameSpot will say something like, if
Starfield gets anything less than an 8.5, all of you will get the Enfield Todd redacted motivational pre-launch speech. Okay.
Starfield, stick the landing. And Kotaku will say something like, wait, hang on, let me get into
Wait,
roll.
Kotaku says stuff?
Too many of us.
You know what your mom and your mailbox have in common? I put a pipe in both. Todd redacted. Okay.
They're white. As for my score, I'll say it right now.
So you blew up the mom and dick down the mailbox?
Now 12 out of 10. Don't listen to the naysayers. Todd Howard has never been involved in a bad game. Crank that hype train. Pre-order 20 copies. That's what I say. Because if you do that, you're gonna get the special Todd Howard telling you sweet little lies from the other room ASMR pre-order bonus, and you don't want to miss out on that. Here's a little taste to play us out.
Okay, I'll be perfectly honest. I wanted to get one of these just for the sake of backwards compatibility. Because, like, the Xbox I have, it is, I wouldn't say fried, but, like, I doubt I can play it for more than an hour and it not mess up. So, having something like this to play Sonic Unleashed and stuff would be really great. And yes, I know that the, like, PC fan port exists. I don't have the means to do that. But anyway. Oh, I didn't realize that was the end. Okay.
Sometimes it doesn't just work. I'm going to play quarterback for the Cowboys. These NPCs are not scripted.
Todd Howard is not happy. Surprise ending.
You are pissing me off.
Oh.
Who's laughing now?
Oh, Oblivion.
Yes, I
love that
chess
game.
Club.
Yep, I almost clicked on a video. Anyway, so that was something, I'll admit. And yeah, check out the gaming channel, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Currently, the last I checked, we are again with the reaction channel being above the gaming channel by 1 subscriber. However, last time I said that, they almost unsubscribed, like literally the next day. I don't know what happened. But anyway, yeah. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Alright, you imps. I need you to fall in line. Only you can build up the numbers in the army that we need, so that Oni Chan, your leader, can prevail. I look forward to meeting you on the battlefield from the comfort of my computer. Have a lovely day.